Hello guys and welcome to my channel. I'm Jenny, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can get notified every time I post. Now this video is your crash course on sunscreen 101, whatever you want to call it. In this video we will discuss the terms of the sunscreen world: PA++, SPF, the number next to the SPF, non-comedogenic, broad spectrum. What does it all mean? What type of sunscreen should you use? And what are the basic sunscreen guidelines you should follow? And of course, the tips and tricks that I've learned along the way in my skincare experience. So if that sounds like your thing, keep on watching. If you find this helpful, consider subscribing. So let's start with the basics. Now, if you look at a sunscreen bottle, what are the terms you would finally get? First thing that you would always see is SPF. Now, SPF is your sun protection factor. What does this basically mean? The SPF stands for UVB protection. So basically this will cover your protection from burning. So there are two types of UV rays, UVA and UVB. So UVA basically is your UV rays that can cause aging, skin related diseases, wrinkles, and UVB stands for burning, the burning sensation that you get. It can cause serious health conditions as well. It can cause extreme itchiness, redness, dryness, eczema, that kind of related allergies to the face as well. So it's very important that you have a sunscreen that's UVA and UVB protected. The number next to the SPF, that is always critical, and the general recommendation is that you should get an SPF of 30+. There are creams that are SPF 50, SPF 100. What does that number indicate? So that number is nothing but the percentage of sun protection that particular sunscreen will provide. So the sun protection factor that the sunscreen has, or the percentage of the protection. Now here are some stats. SPF of 30. So SPF of 30 is 97% protection from burning. SPF of 50 will give you 98% protection from the sun. And SPF of 100 will give you a 99% protection from the sun. Now, you could see that although the number next to the SPF does not seems like a big jump from 30 to 50 to 100, but in reality it only causes the change by 1%. So as a general rule of thumb, always go for SPF 30 and higher. That is the general rule. Now SPF, always remember, SPF only is for UVB rays, not for UVA. Now that we know what is SPF, the number next to it, UVA and UVB, let's move on to PA system, the PA++, the PA++. That is again the next thing that you would see on a sunscreen tube bottle packaging. PA is basically PPD system that is adopted by a lot of countries like Japan. PPD system is persistent pigment darkening. Basically, it means that the longer you stay in the sun, the higher it will leave its impact, or the darker the pigment will be. So in more simpler terms, how long does it take for the skin to tan in the sun or darken in the sun? So when you see the ratings PA+, PA+, and this, as a good rule of thumb, PA++ is always the best. Again, the same system here. PA+ means good average sun protection, PA++, good sun protection, and PA++ is the highest and excellent level of sun protection. And in other words, it also means that the sun rays will not be able to reach you deep within if you spend too much time in the sun. Now the next term is broad spectrum. This basically means your sunscreen is broad spectrum. It covers both UVA, UVB protection and SPF++. So when you get like this term broad spectrum, that means it is an all-rounder sunscreen that you're going for. And the newest kind of label that you have started to see on your sunscreen is the ingredient highlight. This one is from Neutrogena. It's a zinc-based sunscreen, or you would see the words chemical and physical sunscreen on the bottle. What is the difference, you ask? So basically, physical sunscreen have physical filters. That means physical sunscreens are made in a way that they reflect and make sure that the UV rays just bounce back. They do not absorb the UV rays into the skin. They do the work of reflecting the UV rays. Whereas the chemical sunscreen has chemical filters, which are the newer kind of filters that we are seeing in sunscreens. These basically absorb the UV rays and turn them into heat. It involves a chemical process. That's why they are commonly called as chemical sunscreens. Now the OG of sunscreen is always your mineral or your physical sunscreen, which has titanium dioxide and zinc oxide as the main superhero ingredients, which are considered safe and has been in this skincare industry, the sunscreen industry, from the longest time, and everybody just recommends that because that's the most safest way of doing that, reflecting or bouncing back the UV rays. What should be your guidelines when you select a sunscreen? Now all the terms that we have discussed, they are really important. So your sunscreen, first of all, should be a minimum of SPF 30, but always look for PA++, because better the protection, better your skin is going to be. A lot of people neglect their neck and of course the body. It's not just your face that needs sun protection, it's your entire body. And also sun protection does not just come from your SPF or your sunscreen that you wear, but also from the practice of reapplying it, being consistent, but also from wearing sun protected clothing. There are a lot of brands out there that make SPF or SPF friendly clothing. You should try to go for them. Otherwise, the basic rule is the closed knitted fabric that you wear, the better sun protection it can give you. Umbrellas do nothing. They just are for shade purpose. They do not do anything for sun protection. So do not think if you're on a beach, you're holding an umbrella, you're fine. No, it's not just sun that you have to save yourself from. It's not just burning, it's UV rays, and they can enter even from the umbrella. So always wear sunscreen. Do not depend on one source alone. Sunscreen clothing, sunscreen glasses, because your eyes are really important as well. A lot of people forget their eye. You always invest in UV glasses, because they are great for protecting your eye as well. And choose a sunscreen that does not sting around the eye, because always apply your sunscreen in the under eye area as well, because that's really thin, sensitive, and it can get darkened really quickly. And of course, it can cause wrinkles, aging around the eye as well. Look for sunscreen that are environmental friendly, they do not cause harm to the coral reef or water bodies, and usually you will benefit yourself from choosing physical sunscreens only. And the most important point, sunscreen should always be washed off when you go to bed. I will repeat that again. Sunscreen should always be washed off properly before you go to bed. Do not sleep with a face of sunscreen on. That will cause adverse effects, because it's like a filter that you're wearing on your face. So it's very important that you get rid of all that so that it does not get absorbed into your body and do not cause any reactions or anything adverse. Wash your sunscreen, follow your skincare, and only then go to bed. So this was all about the skincare 101. In the next video, we will learn about physical and chemical sunscreen in detail. So make sure you hit the bell icon. You can get notified when I post that video. And As always, I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.